I hope you're having an amazing day. My name is Colin, and in this video I will show you 3 microcap gaming coins that have tremendous potential and can bring an easy 10x in weeks if not days. Nothing in this video is financial advice, it is for entertainment purposes only. The first one we're going to look at is MagicCraft, which I already covered on my channel about 2 days ago and since then has had tremendous growth. However, the growth is not limited there. In my opinion, it has a lot more room to grow. So what you have to understand with these microcap coins specifically, they have a lot of potential. I'll just play the video so you can have a look what this is exactly about. They have a lot of potential, but they carry a high risk as well. So it's high risk, high reward, something you have to take into consideration. But this game looks really good. It has a great team, and that specifically made me invest into this project. I put down $1,000, which now 2 days later is already $3,000. And I'm going to hold it for a little bit longer because there are 2 major components you need to be aware of when it comes down to MagicCraft. Obviously, the trailer already looks really good, but that's not everything, right? 2 parts of this. So I've covered the full white paper already on my channel. I will leave that link in the description down below so you can check that out yourself. It's a full review of the actual game, the white paper, the team. But the team is basically one of the components I decided to make an investment into MagicCraft. The founder is a main YouTuber, and then they have a huge advisory team which have a combined over 20 million followers, and they have not even promoted it to their audiences yet. So you got the Moon Call, Chris Crypto, and these other guys who have insanely big followings. Where I was thinking when I was looking at the price, so I have the MagicCraft chart here, today it's at about 2 cents-ish, just a little under 2 cents right now. I got in, well, right on time it appears, on about, I think somewhere here, like 6.7, somewhere here. So yeah, obviously my $1,000 turned already into $3,000, and I know that there's a lot more room for growth. That's why I'm not going to sell. You can see it's quite a micro cap, so it's only 6 million in market cap. Before it was way less, and even on the launch it was really low. So anybody who participated in this IDO has done really well. However, the main reason why I think there's so much opportunity is for 2 specific reasons. As I mentioned, the team has not promoted this product yet. I think they're waiting to promote the game specifically because in the white paper there is something very important. So when we go to the roadmap on the white paper, specifically this is mentioned in the white paper and not on the website. So if we go on the website to the roadmap, it mentions on the actual roadmap, where's the roadmap, that there will be in Q1 of 2022 a listing on a centralized exchange. However, these centralized exchanges are specified, or they removed it. They are no longer specified, but they were specified before. So it's last modified 19 hours ago. All right, but you can see it in my previous video where it says, it did say listing on KuCoin exchange and Bybit. I don't know the Bybit exchange, but KuCoin is obviously one of the major exchanges. So if we go to the exchanges, open up the spot and have a look at KuCoin, that's a number 5 exchanged on volume. Right, and Bybit is number 9. The reason why I think they have access to these exchanges is because they have a really great team with large leverage and influence in the space, right? And those were basically the 2 main reasons, the team and the opportunity for a centralized exchange T1 listing in the next 2 to 3 months, that made me decide to hop on this coin. When we go to CryptoRank, and we pull up this specific token, which is MagicCraft, what you'll be able to see is that the opportunity on the moon sheet is tremendous. So you can see the tremendous increase in tradable volume, right? For about 1 million to like 3 million a day. So that's already a good curve on potential. So when we go to the actual moon sheet in terms of market cap, we're sitting at around, so this is the 1.5 circulating supply. So I assume they have added less liquidity because CoinMarketCap is saying 6.5 million, but not verified. So let's say it is at 2 cents. And let's go off the actual rankings here. So 3.6 million, right? So they have a little bit of a higher indication there, maybe because of the liquidity, maybe it's the other way around. So what we're basically seeing is that on a centralized exchange listing, this, in my opinion, could easily reach not even a 25x, it might even go higher. I don't think I will wait until that point because I'm very much not on the Moonboy side, I'm more on the take profit side. So probably as soon as this has done like 20x, I'll probably pull up my profits and I'm very happy. But I am conservative that I do think it can actually happen on this one because they have this great team and they have the centralized listing coming up. Just note that 3 months after the initial coin offering, which will take a long time, the vesting is being released of the investors, which means that the price will likely take a big dump at that time. So once you get in, just make sure you get out 3 months after, and probably the listing will happen just right before that moment. So that is Magicraft, the first one I would mention because it has done extremely well. Obviously, always do your own research there. And you might want to check out the full research report. The second one is actually one that has not been listed yet and has an IDO opportunity. So that's obviously quite interesting. The IDO is happening on various platforms. One is happening today on AnyPad, in which I'm participating, but it's called Age of Gods. See, it's not on CoinMarketCap just yet, but if we go to crypto rank, I don't know if it's able to pull it up, but they definitely have a full working website, fortunately. So on the Age of Gods, which I also already covered on my channel, that's one of the reasons you should be subscribed, because all these projects, all the opportunities I have already shared. So subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I assume you won't regret it. Two things about this game, right? To keep it short and simple. The team, A+, yes, and I invest into teams, not in projects, because the people need to be able to pull off what they want to pull off, right? And this team has 3 Dutch leaderships and a huge game studio behind it. So definitely a huge opportunity. It's launching on AnyPad, BrandPad, Polka Bridge, Synapse, True P&L. So they have various launch pads that they're going to utilize. You can make your pick. I have a very high allocation on AnyPad, so I'll be joining there. I believe that's the private round, 10% TGE. That's happening today, so this video might go up later, but there are several opportunities if you want to check this game out. Right? Age of Gods specifically interesting because it starts at an extremely small market cap, right? So if you go to the actual white paper and we just have to click through to the tokenomics, it's going to start at an initial market cap of 45,000, which means that, to be fair, from all the projects I've seen before, gaming projects, which is many, past results are no guarantee for future outcomes, of course. However, I assume this will do a 10x literally on the minute of the launch. The first candles will blow off the fucking top and then it will decline. So what is important, at 10, 20, 30x, it's all possible because the market cap is so small for a game with such a large audience, right? What is very important to note is that the token generation event, so the tokens released for IDO investors, happens 30 minutes after the listing. Right, so the price will go up, and when people start to buy, and then 30 minutes later there will be a significant dump because all the investors who now have realized the 20, 30x return are going to dump their first vesting. So that's completely normal. 12 cents to take into consideration that this will easily go to $1, $1.50, I assume, within the first 30 minutes. The token generation event, I believe, is scheduled for the 29th of December, right? So you still have the opportunity there, even to participate in the launch and pick this one up when it launches and then drop it before the 30-minute timer. Obviously high risk there. The team, they have their LinkedIn links, which is something I do appreciate. and they have tremendous amount of experience, right? So that is very important. When you go to the dev leads, it's a full game studio with literally dozens upon dozens of employees, which I think is also very, very stable. So that's why I decided to put some money into Age of Gods. So for Magicraft, it was $1,000. I assume, I don't know my allocation yet, but I assume my allocation will be about $500 on AnyPad because I'm one of the biggest holders in terms of their tokens. I have 500,000 AnyPad tokens. So this is basically the second game, Age of Gods. Quite a simple game. It's like a trading card game. Quite cool. I mean, I'm not super stoked about the game or whatever, but I do think, in my opinion, for my situation, it's a good opportunity, right? The third one is actually one that's already live, which did extremely well. So I was a IDO investor for this project. It's called Neko. And it has been recovering quite nice. So there's quite some pumps. So there's some highs and some lows. So as you can see, this is a great opportunity for entry, in my opinion. We all want to enter when we see a green chart, and that's usually the worst time to enter. So we say buy when others are fearful, right? You might know the saying. And when you look at this chart, this is the right opportunity, in my opinion, because it's literally just took another run, which is the indication of the potential, right? So it might not blow to $1 straight away, but for the long-term potential, it has been literally at like 80, what was it? Like 83 cents, 83.5 cents before. So out of the IDO, it did really great, right? Because this one did like a 500x, I believe, on the IDO. And as well, this is a game which has a huge following already. So I'm not too interested in the game itself. I can play it for you, what it looks like. It's like a battle system, right? And it's more like anime style or whatever you would call that. It looks a little childish, but it's heavily focused on the NFTs that they have in their system. So they continuously do giveaways and releases for the community in regards to new special NFTs to basically stimulate that economy, keep that going, which you see that there are consistent price fluctuations because of it. This, in my opinion, is still at a very, very low market cap. Can easily take a 2-3x, you know. I'm talking about 20x on Magicraft. I'm talking about maybe a 10, 20, 30x on Age of Gods. I'm talking about a 3x, 4x here, right? We do not always need to make big steps, but this is just, in my opinion, a good opportunity because it has a large adoption already relative to other microcaps. So this came actually from like a, well, times 8, so like a $2 million market cap has now gone down to 283. This one might be a little bit of a longer term hold, so this is not days, this is more likely weeks, right? I wouldn't say months, but I do think in the next 2 weeks we should be able to easily recover to 30 cents and you make a 3x. Right, which is something that, in my opinion, is really great. I'm not going to put more money into the Neko because I already have the vesting that's being released to me every single month, but I do think this is a good opportunity. Again, very professional website, and they have the entire team with their LinkedIn present, right, which is very important to me, very transparent. So I joined through Launchzone to the actual launchpad at that time, and when you look at the roadmap, right, they're already running the alpha test, which I think is very important because in 2 months, the official launch will occur of the actual game, which makes it one of the fastest games that I invested in to actually go to market with a full tested version, with the full NFT already being released in such a short period of time. Yes, it's a simple game, but the amount of players they have and engagement is ridiculous in my opinion. See, they're starting a mystery box event again. There's like consistent hype around this one, which is what I like. So definitely, if the price takes more movement, so when I say more movement, it goes from 11 to 15, I might consider pushing in another $1,000 just because holding it then, making the commitment to hold until February, because on the official launch, I assume that if the market is in the current conditions as it is or better, it will pull a new all-time high, which I mean $1,000 in there for a 8 to 10x over a 2-month period of time, that's definitely worth it. You know, we're not moon boys. We don't need to do 1,000x on every single launch or every single project in a matter of days. These are calculated systems, calculated profits in my opinion, and these 3 projects have tremendous potential. And that's why I wanted to show them today crypto gaming microcaps. Take into consideration very high risk, right? These games, most of them haven't released yet or are very early stage, right? That's why the market caps are so low. We're literally talking $200,000, we're talking $40,000 and 2 million. So Magic Craft is already a little bit higher, but that's because it has increased the last couple of days. Microcaps, huge opportunity. Check them out. If you like them, let me know in the comments down below if you have other suggestions we might want to check out, right? But let me also know what you think of these projects, if they has potential or not. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I do appreciate your support, and you can keep up to date of all the other golden nuggets that I might show in the near future. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.